Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I'm so excited for today's video. I got sent a PR package from Lunatick Cosmetic Labs. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I've been wanting to try this brand forever, and the fact that they wanted to send me a package, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. I was the same level of mind blown as when Sugar Pill sent me a package. It just, I can't fathom it. I have no words. I have no words, but I'm so thankful. Lunatick Labs, if you ever see this video, thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means to me. Anyways, in this video, I tried on pretty much everything that they gave me, and it was a lot of fun. They sent pressed powder, contour book, eyeshadow palettes, lip products. Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. This is the look I came up with. And then at the very end, I will just kind of touch on what I liked and what I didn't like and things like that. So let's just move on. All right, hello. So far I've done my primer, foundation, concealer. I use this primer from Kaleido Cosmetics. It's called the, what are you called? Glow Enhancing Priming Moisturizer. So far I really like it, but I've only used it once. My foundation is the Natasha Denona Face Glow, and my concealer is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. And now we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna do cream bronzer or cream blush today because I have powder products to share with you, so I don't want to, I don't know, I just want to let them speak for themselves. So I'm gonna be setting my face with this cute thing. I guess I can peel this little plastic off. This is the Mattifying High Definition Micro Finish Pressed Powder, and it just kind of twists, oops, if I can get a grip on it, twists down like this. It's the cutest little planchette with your powder inside, and I guess this is the mirror that you would use, but I'm not going to use it. I need a bigger mirror. So I guess I'm just going to set my face with that. Let me just re-sponge my face, make sure there's no creases. I'm going to use this Luxie 522 brush for kind of under my eye area, and then I'll dip into a bigger brush, dip in with a bigger brush for the rest of my face. I do feel like this is crazy mattifying. Like this area of my face looks so matte compared to the rest of me right now, which I'm not a huge matte person, but at the same time I can always re-add the glow back in. And I'm kind of fond of pressed powders just because they're less messy. So maybe this will be wonderful for me. I have no idea if this has bad flashback or anything, so we just taking a gamble. Not that I'm planning on getting photo shoots with flash today. It is mattifying, but I don't feel like I look dry either. But I mean, so far so good. The powder feels good. It doesn't look dry and cakey on my face, so we'll just see how it wears. The next thing I got sent is one of the contour books, and I freaking love the packaging. So cool. It reminds me of the monster book in like Harry Potter. I know it's not that at all, but it just gives me that kind of vibe. And it just has all these lovely gray tone contours, more brown tone contours, a banana powder, a white powder, some blush shades. I'm so excited about this. I've been lusting over one of these contour books literally for probably at least 3 years. I've wanted one for so long, but they're expensive and I didn't want to spend the money, but now I get to try it, and I don't even have words. I literally don't have words. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try to start kind of contouring with this shade here, and we'll see what happens. I might potentially pop like the banana or the white under my eyes just to see if it'll highlight nicely. This is not stuff I normally do on the daily, like full-on contouring and stuff like that, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to try it, and I have a feeling I will dip into these blushes often, provided they work good. And these more gray, black-based contours, those would be super nice for costume looks, so Halloween is looking good, and now I need a brush to contour with. My camera cut off while I was starting. I'm going to take the light brown right here, and I'm going to use a Morphe M437. I don't have special attachment to it, it's just a good size for this for me. And I'm just going to start kind of working that in the hollows of my cheekbones, up towards my temple area. Just contouring to my specific face, you know, just to add a little bit of shadow. I think that's actually really pretty so far. This brush is shedding like crazy over me. I think that actually looks quite nice. These powders seem to blend really nicely, and I like the tone of this one a lot, which is good to know because honestly I did not have a good kind of contour shade on the rare occasion that I actually wanted to. So this will be great to have in my little arsenal. I'll pop just a little bit kind of up here on my forehead. I don't like to do too much to my forehead because I really don't have a very large forehead, so I don't want to make it any smaller. Oh my gosh, do you see how many hairs are shedding from that brush? I hate those standard Morphe brushes so much, actually. Just gonna tap my beauty sponge kind of around everything so it meshes into my skin even better. Now let's work on a little chin area. Help me look a little more chiseled. And now I guess I'll do my nose just a little bit. I'm not going to go heavy with the nose contour, but I do like a little bit of something kind of underneath the bottom to make it look a little more lifted. I always do this with my bronzer anyway. So I just kind of like to focus on the bottom of my nose, and then with the leftover I'll just kind of smudge it around like the tippy top edges. I really like the shade of this product. Quite nice. So now I want to try to brighten up. I'm going to try the banana powder. I have a feeling it's not going to work for my skin tone, but I do want to just see if this will do anything for me as far as brightening or highlighting or anything like that. You know, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like that does look a lot like brighter. I'm going to try the white one on the other side and see what a difference it makes. Don't ask me why I'm doing this. I'll just kind of go back through with a mixture of both to overlay over top. I feel like a fusion of the two is what's going to be perfect for me, so I'm literally just going to tap into both of them and just kind of lightly tap around that edge. I'll even add a little bit of leftover onto my forehead and chin. I never ever do all these extra steps. This is crazy. I actually want to use the yellow one to maybe potentially carve around my nose a little bit. If we're already doing the whole deal, why not really go in and do it? So I'm just gonna let that kind of sit and do its thing. What do I want to use for my blush? I can't decide. They're all so pretty. I think I'm gonna go in with this one because that one looks really appealing to me. I'm just taking my Morphe E4. This is what I always use for blush. I like this kind of a shape. And you guys know me. I go ham with the blush, so I'm just pouncing it all over in my cheek area wherever I like to apply it, but do whatever you want to do as far as applying your blush. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to judge you. I will say all these powders on my face are blending so nicely. I'm not having any weird patchiness or dryness or anything. It all looks so good. This contour book is probably going to be a contender for my bridal makeup come May. And before anyone asks, I don't think I'm going to do bridal makeup trials here on YouTube because I know people are going to say something about what I want to wear. I'm going to get judgment no matter what I do. So I just don't want to subject myself to it because I'm already under a lot of stress. I'm just kind of wiping away this powder now. I'm going to go over it with my sponge. Maybe that little baking action wasn't a good idea because now that little line doesn't want to move. I'm going to take the brush that I use with the contour with no additional product just to kind of swirl along the sides. Just to... Oh man, I'm making mistakes now. Help. I'm just going to take more banana powder mixed with the white powder to pop over my nose, just to diffuse things. So maybe don't bake with these pressed powders. Noted. This is why I don't bake. This is why I don't do all this stuff. But honestly, it kind of fixed itself nicely, so I'm not going to complain. Taking that blush shade again, and I'm just going to start popping that on my nose because I always blush my nose. Nothing new here. I feel like someone's going to be angry that I didn't try the more gray contour colors, but I have to work after this, and I don't know if my clients will appreciate me looking like a zombie today. That's just how it is. All right, so I mean, that's it for the face products. I'm going to pop on my fake freckles with my freckle pen from Lime Crime, and probably my Fenty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb highlight. So I'm going to do that really quick, and we will move on to playing with some eyeshadows. Okay, so this is where we're at. I also sprayed my face with the Tarte Ready Set Radiance Mist because I really like it, and I forgot I had it. So this is where we're at. My face is complete as far as the actual base goes, and I really like the way my skin looks. I think everything blended really nice. It was easy to do. It's not really steps that I take in my everyday life, and I doubt that I'm going to start because in case you're new here, you wouldn't know, but my everyday base makeup is a lot of creams and glow and dew and things like that. I don't do full-on powder contour. I don't I don't do like the highlighting with the brighter shade. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. But I do like the overall look, and I feel like on days that I really want to just like look a little extra perfected, I don't know what word I'm looking for, I probably would reach for this again because it was really fun to play with, and I will definitely reach for those blushes again. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's very cool. I like how everything looks, and now we're gonna move on to the eyes. Ugh. These palettes are so cute. I'm literally gonna keep all of these products for the rest of my life just because they're so cute. So let's look at the Vampira palette first. This is what the cover looks like, and then this is what the inside looks like. It's so pretty. They're all shimmers. I think they're all shimmers. Yes, these ones are all shimmers. Oh, and they're so pretty. I'm really intrigued by this one. I have a feeling that's gonna look really cool on the eyes, but I don't know. I don't like to swatch things, so don't get mad at me for not swatching. I just don't like to get my hands all dirty. This is the, what are you called? I don't know what this one's called. The Supernatural Eyeshadow Palette. And it looks like this on the inside. It's so cute. It's like a good fusion of grungy and romantic, and I really like that. And I just love this packaging. It's so pretty. And then finally, this one is the Elvira palette, and it has like a pop-up and everything. It's so cute. This one doesn't bend all the way back because of that reason, but this is what it looks like. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, this would make a lovely blush, actually. I'm really intrigued by this blue, that red, of course. I have no idea what look we're gonna create today. I don't know what I wanna do, but we're gonna do something. It's gonna be pretty. I'll probably use that blue just because it's pretty much the only pop of color out of all these palettes, but you know what? That's fine. I'm still excited to play with these, so I'm gonna prime my eyes really quick and zoom you guys in. This is my Sigma, not Smashbox, I always mix them up, Sigma Eyeshadow Base and Ignite. And I get questions that, do I not like the Smashbox one anymore? I just happened to run out of it right when I got gifted this one. So I like them literally the same. I don't have a favorite between the two. But this is my Sigma Eyeshadow Base and Ignite. I'm gonna prime my eyes, not set it, and we will get started. All right, so I think I wanna dip into the Supernatural palette first, the one that looks like a Ouija board, and I wanna take Ghoul Lights. It's kind of a brown kind of color. And I'm using my Spectrum C06 brush. It's kind of bigger-ish. And I'm just gonna start kind of packing that down and then smudging it in through the crease. Actually, I want a smaller brush. This one's from ColourPop. It's kind of a tapered blending brush kind of thing. And I just want to run that through the crease and probably a little bit under that lower lash line as well. Not all the way across, but more so just in this outer little corner. And I'm gonna wipe that Spectrum brush off that I started with because I want to use that for a lighter shade. I think I'm gonna go in with Reincarnation from that same palette just to help blend and buff that out some more. So far these powders seem like they blend really nice and they have good pigmentation, but I've literally only used 2 shades and they are like taupey brown colors, so. But it's still just something to note. Brand I've literally never tried before, so I'm trying to spill all my thoughts as I'm having them. Now I'm just going to tap my beauty sponge kind of over that outside edge because I like to do that to mesh things in. And now I want to take Unpleasant Dreams from the Elvira palette, and I'm just taking a little bit of this because I don't want this black to get overwhelming. I'm using a Spectrum B04, it's kind of angled, and I just want to just kind of use the shape of that angle just to help kind of create a little triangle of depth in this outer corner. And right up against the lower lashes on the bottom. And with the leftover, I'm just kind of lightly dragging it through the rest of my crease. And now I'm gonna take that ColourPop brush I used with that first shade, that kind of medium dark shade, and I'm just going to start buffing and blending everything out. And I'm using light pressure, holding the end of my brush so that I don't have too much pressure going on. Light motions. And I'm just focusing on blending it up and out to give it a little bit of an elongated effect. And now I'm going to take that big Spectrum brush just to help buff it out as well. And I'm going to take a little bit more Reincarnation just to really help blend this outer corner. Just going to pat over this outside edge again. I like the way this looks. I mean, it's very neutral, but it's very grungy and very smoky and very cute. So now I can't decide if I want to cut the crease or if I just want to play with these shadows as is. I think I might try that. I want to take Battitude. Is that really what it's called? Yeah, it is. Battitude from the Elvira palette, that pretty blue. And I'm just taking this shadow brush. It doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to kind of pack this all across the lid and see how it goes. So far, so good. And I'm going to go in with that ColourPop brush, the first one, and just start buffing this edge out so it's a little bit more of a soft transition. I'll also kind of do that in this outer corner. Well, this blue does not really want to totally stick in place, like it's starting to muddy up around those edges where it was blended. Yeah, if I do any kind of blending, it's gone. Let's see. Maybe I should go and cut the crease then, just to give it a really clean base for it to stick to. I'm not going to show it on camera because I don't feel like showing me cutting my crease on camera this time, but I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. I just kind of put a little dot across my lid, look up so I can see where my eye transfers. I'm going to literally just follow that line, stop it right where the corner is really deepening, and we will play with some blues. All right, take two. Let's give this blue another shot. And I want to try to do my negative space thing where I leave a little bit of room at the tippy top to place a different shadow. But I'm literally just going to focus on packing this on. And there really won't be much blending other than that outer corner, and I will just have to deal with that when I get there. But for now, we're just packing the blue, and I'm going to leave that little bit of space at the tippy top. I'm getting a little bit of blue fallout, but that's okay. I kind of figured that would happen because I'm literally like packing so much pigment down. I will say the shadow is pigmented. It just wanted to fluff away when I blended it. So I don't think this would really work very well blended in the crease. This is probably going to be more like a pack it on kind of shadow. And for the little negative space, I think I want to know what these look like. I'm actually going to swatch these just because I want to know. This one's more pink, this one's more blue. I think I'm going to go with the more blue one because... No, I think I'll go with the more blue one in my inner corner. I'm going to go with the more pinky one, which was Velvet Moon. I'm going to take that and take this little lip brush, because it's small, and put that kind of where that negative space was. Just going to take my brush with the blue just to re-tap over things. I'm just going to start kind of tapping that blue kind of in this outer area. And then very lightly with that ColourPop brush, I'm just going to kind of tap. I'm not really going to sweep, because I don't want my blues to just disappear. I'm just going to go back and forth with the brushes until I like how it looks, basically. Yeah, the blue totally does not want to play nicely. So literally, if you were thinking about getting the Elvira palette because of the blue, I'd say skip. But so far, every other shadow I've used is really nice. This blue is just a pain in the butt. So high chance I'm going to throw a big wing on to kind of hide my bald spot. Because I literally can't do anything about this. It doesn't want to stick. It doesn't want to do anything. Tapping with the brush that I use with the black, actually, just to add some extra smoke. It's not really doing much though. You know what, that's okay. I'm just gonna throw a big wing on it and then we won't even be able to tell. So for my lower lash line, I think I wanna use the Macabre. I've never said that word out loud. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I want to just smoke this out underneath my lower lash line because I think that would be really cute. And I wanna see how this red does because it's pretty much the only other like pop of color besides the blue. So I'm having my doubts. I mean, it's okay. It's not my favorite red of all time, but it's not bad either. I think that it'll work, you know? It doesn't blend away into oblivion when I start to blend it out, which is nice. And then I guess for my inner corner, I want to take this untarnished shade from the Vampira palette. I'm just going to use my pinky finger because I don't feel like dirtying a brush. That's a really pretty color. That probably would be a really pretty face highlight, actually. For my waterline, I think I want to just take Maybe I want to do Electric from LA Girl because that would complement the blue on the top. That's what I'm going to do. All right, that's pretty cool. I hate that the spot is like that, but I'm going to take my Lollipop liner from Beauty Bakery. I'm going to do my wing off camera because I really need to focus on making it look good and big because it's going to be a huge wing. But I need to make a giant wing and make sure it actually is even. So I'm going to do my big wing. I'm going to do the other eye, throw on my lashes. I have 2 lip options from Lunatick Labs. I have Laurie, which is a liquid lipstick, which is probably what I'm going to go for. Or I have this bullet lipstick in the shade Calabaza. And it's a red. But I have a feeling I'm going to go more with that pinky taupey nude color. But we will see. I will show you everything at the end. Alright, this is the final look. What do you think? I really like it all put together. The wing helped. I added the wing and did a lot of extra buffing in kind of the outer corner, and I like the way it all looks put together now. I feel like it looks just very, I don't know, dramatic, bold, cool. I feel good in it. I'm going to be happy to wear this for the rest of the day. I like this lip color. I went with that liquid lipstick like I told you. Where is it? Called Laurie. It feels really good, and I think it looks good. I like the color. It's a really pretty pinky nude, kind of my lip color. You guys know I like to wear these kinds of colors. But overall, I really like everything, like as a whole. But let's break down each individual thing. Liquid lipstick, so far so good. It applied nicely. It smells heavenly. What does it even smell like? It kind of smells like fruit, but also like cake. It's really good. I like the lipstick so far, but we'll see if it wears well. If you continue to see that lipstick pop up in my videos, then you'll know I liked it. The mattifying powder, I like it. I feel like my skin looks really nice. It doesn't look too dry or cakey, which can be scary with mattifying powders for me because I have more normal to dry skin. But I really like this. I can definitely see myself dipping into it again. I will probably keep it right here on my filming table for when I'm doing my makeup. This contour book. It's so good. Granted, I only used 4 of the shades. I only used this, this, and this. But I liked what I used a lot. I'm excited to use the rest of these blushes. I'm excited to maybe dive into that as a bronzer shade. I could even potentially use a little bit of that for a really deep dramatic contour. I'm excited to try those grays. I really like this, and I'm going to keep that right here on my filming desk as well so I can continue to dip into it. The bullet lipstick, I don't really know yet because I didn't wear it and I don't want to swatch it or anything just in case time goes on and I don't try it. I want to be able to give it to a friend because I hadn't touched it. So that's it for now, but I might honestly keep it mostly just because it's so freaking cute. I love the way it looks. And now the eyeshadow palettes. Out of the 3, my least favorite is the Elvira one just because that blue is very finicky and the red's cute, but it's also not the best red ever at all. I did like the black. I have a feeling this will be a really pretty blush. I don't know if this white will be any good. Seems a little sheer, but it also seems like it's really creamy and blendable. The white's probably okay. And then this, I imagine, is probably fine. Usually satiny, shimmery burgundies are pretty solid, but that's my least favorite just because the main focal point to me of that palette is the blue. So if that's how it is for you, I would say probably skip on the palette because it's not my favorite blue I've ever worked with. The Vampira palette, I used both of the lightest shades and I really enjoyed them. I have a feeling these would all be really pretty as well. I'm intrigued by the sparkly black and I also really like the look of that sparkly purple. This one seems pretty solid for a cute all shimmer palette for dark dramatic looks. And then the Supernatural palette with the rosy grungy tones. I actually really like this. These aren't typically my tones. This isn't typically my color story that I gravitate towards, but I really enjoy it. I use both of these and I really like the way they performed. I'm intrigued by this kind of satiny burgundy red color. These both look really cute, and as a neutral palette, this is neutral to me, not so much to the average person, but for a neutral palette, I think it's really cute, and I could see myself dipping into it again eventually, maybe as a companion palette, and that's kind of where it's at. But what do you guys think? Have you tried anything from Lunatick Cosmetic Labs? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. For me, the main takeaway is the contour book for sure. If you were going to try anything from Lunatick and you can't decide what to try, the contour book is where it's at. It's expensive. It's expensive. But if you feel like you'd get really good use out of it, then I'd say it's probably a good buy because they blend it out so nicely. What do you think of my look, the products, everything like that? I want to chat with you down below. Thank you again, Lunatick Labs, for sending me this lovely package. I'm so So incredibly grateful. I just can't believe it. If you enjoyed this kind of first impressions video, I guess it's a first impressions video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post pretty much every single day. There you have it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.